Hi, this is Rob, and my YouTube channel is the Chi Master System for Health. And today's topic is going to be on the power of food, God's real food versus man's ultra processed foods, and each of their effects on the body. So if you like the information that I'm presenting today, I would appreciate it if you like my video and also subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos and like those. In addition to referring these videos and this channel to friends and family that you feel could benefit from the material that I'm presenting. And so as I get more subscribers and more likes, then I hope to find more time to prepare more videos for the benefit of people. So today's topic, getting back to it, is going to be on food, the concept of food, the power of food, and choices and your belief system. So I'll take myself as an example. One of my belief systems as I began learning Tai Chi and beginning to surround myself with people involved in the alternative healthcare industry in the 90s, I began reflecting on my choices of the foods that I was eating and the power of the foods, and starting to shift my diet as time went on to improve my health. So I've luckily never had any health issues as far as from chronic or any type of acute issues. Had a couple accidents and things that I used our medical system for, which is one of the top systems in the world. But as far as disease management, a lot of our system, as I present the information today, is kind of reactive versus proactive. So what I'm going to be talking about today is proactivity versus reactivity also. So some of the information that I've really opened my eyes on, and as far as regarding some of the physical detrimental effects of ultra processed foods, come from some of the books I've been listening to the last couple of years, and as I've been doing research. So one of them is a book I've mentioned in my other videos before, Metabolical by Robert Lustig, an MD. There's a book I began reading recently, Good Energy by Casey Means, MD. And here's a book from 2004 that I've started reading. I've heard this lady on the news before. It's called Food Politics by Marion Nestle. She's got a couple books out and really talks about some of the issues going with our food industry. So what I'm going to talk about is the whole concept of food and the power of food. So you have God's real food, and also I'll have videos, YouTube channel videos from other people such as Casey Means and a lot from Robert Lustig and other medical professionals, going over the negative effects of some of the ultra processed foods. And so basically you've got the real food, God's food, which is as far as our beliefs. What are your beliefs around food? My belief, as I've come to learn the science behind food, is that food is nurturing, food is energy, food has certain components given to it by our Creator that is used to produce the chemicals, the cells, and nurture our body to live the healthiest life that we can be. So luckily, again, I haven't had any negative health issues from a degenerative point of view, and I just want to be as healthy as possible. But I've definitely listened to people that have made changes in their lives through different news media and books I've read, people that have diseases, sicknesses, and they've radically changed their diets and have had some remarkable changes in their life. So the whole concept is, do you believe in God and God's food, or do you believe in man and man's ultra processed food? So basically you have God's food that is designed by the Creator in order to nourish our physical body and help us be the healthiest we can be for as long as possible, versus man's ultra-processed foods, which, as Robert Lustig talks about it in his books, it's not the food itself, it's what's been done to the food. So in order to make food convenient and quick and easy and palatable, a lot of the beneficial nutrients are taken out, a lot of the fibers taken out, and to replace those, sugars, salts, and fats have been put in. And coming to the topic of sugar, I used to think was merely an empty calorie. As far as the body has no need at all for any sugar, period. Nothing. There's no need for sugar. There's no purpose or need for sugar. So when you look at the ingredient labels, sugar's being added for taste. So when you have God's food, his real food, as far as that nurtures the body, then you've got man's ultra-processed foods. What's the purpose of the corporations and the ultra-processed food? It's to make it as cheap as possible and to make it as enticing, as tasty as possible through salt, sugar, and fats, in order to get you to consume as much. So what has this done? In the last 50 years, it's created an obesity epidemic in the United States of America. So the thing is, do you believe in God? If you believe in God, that God's the creator, and God created the foods that are necessary for our body to survive in balance, in harmony with nature for as long as possible, with as little decline as possible over time, then that's one belief system. If you believe in man, that man, through his science, through his genius, through his creativity, can really make great things, and food is convenient and it tastes good, and you have to decide. And so let's look at what man has produced. Man has produced degenerative diseases on a scale never before seen in history. Man has produced degenerative diseases, diabetes, heart disease, cancer. When COVID-19 came along, what was the mantra? The mantra was, oh my God, there's this dangerous virus out there. We must socially distance and we must wear a mask. The mask that they talk about, the cloth mask, had a 20% permeability versus you need an N95 mask to really do any work at all. And it just so happens that all the N95 masks were made in China, which will be another topic. And therefore, we didn't have access to those. What was the other thing they said? The people you have to worry about are the people with compromised immune systems, the people with comorbidities, the people that had these depressed immune systems. And what was their solution? To socially distance or to mask. They really said, and at least from what I could hear, anything about food, anything about nutrition, anything about these things. So, and that was our government. Did they talk about that? No, they talked about the Savior. What was the Savior? The Savior was a COVID-19 vaccine made by man. That's the solution. Kind of like the Savior to the obesity epidemic is drugs by Eli Lilly or Novo Nordisk that will help end the craving for these metabolically destructive foods that are made by the ultra-processed food industries. Why does the USDA or the FDA let all these foods come about that are so dangerous to our systems? They protect you against acute things as far as outbreaks of salmonella and other diseases or bad manufacturing processes that might kill or sicken people, but their mandate is not anything to do with protecting you from degenerative diseases that's going to kill you in 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 years. And it is taxing our economic system in order to pay for this. Instead of having an ounce of prevention to prevent a pound of cure, they come about from the pound of cure. So basically, I'll have more videos talking about food, but the main thing that I want to talk about today is that you have real food made by God, the Creator, who created our body, and you have man's food. Did man create the body? Did man create the nutritional needs of the human physical body for the electrical, chemical interactivity of the human body? And so this is an issue. The body is a temple, and now through the ultra-processed foods, we have allowed the money changers into the temple. It is time to throw the money changers out of the temple and end this experiment which has destroyed our immune systems, that have destroyed through degenerative diseases, epidemics of obesity, have destroyed the human physical body. This is an attack upon the human physical body, and it's time to stand up and take your power back if you want to be healthy, if you want to be on a nutritious. That's the whole purpose of food. The whole purpose of food is to sustain the body through nutrition. The more and more I study this, and I don't do the studies, but I follow the scientists, the medical doctors who study, and the pharmacists who study the human physical body and come up with all the chemical processes and all the healing modalities of the body and all the intricacies of the nutrients in the foods made by God versus the ultra-processed foods, which are monoculture, which are dangerous, and which in the scientific experiment gone totally awry. So I hope to have more videos, but definitely check out the videos on the negative effects of sugar and ultra-processed foods on the human body by some of these authors I've mentioned, where they really explain the details of what ultra-processed foods and what sugar does to your liver, does to your body, and does to your metabolism, does to your digestive system, and why things need to change, and hopefully they will.